Words my grandparents used to say in their old Appalachian dialect. When Grandma would get done baking a cake, she would say, "Do you want to sop the bowl?" And that meant to take a spoon and get all the little bits that were left in the bowl and eat it. They would say begging for candy instead of trick-or-treating. I asked Granddaddy if he ever went trick-or-treating when he was little, and he said, yeah, I'd put on my false face and go begging for candy. Instead of pronouncing schedule, they would pronounce it schedule. For insurance, they would pronounce it insurance. When they were talking about somebody's hair color, they would say, she's brown-headed or she's yellow-headed. The eye of the stove. I didn't realize that that one's regional, but apparently it's not common in all places in the U.S. to call it the eye on the stove. I guess you would actually call it a burner. They always called a butter knife a case knife. This one's really neat because I didn't realize how old it was. In 18th and 19th century English, a case often meant a box or container for utensils. A case knife originally referred to any knife that came in a case, especially those meant for spreading butter rather than cutting meat. And that word stuck in Appalachia when most of the country started saying butter knife. There have been so many times I've asked my husband to hand me a case knife and he's like, "What are you talking about?" I really don't think I've ever had anybody understand what I'm saying other than my family when I say that. So I'm curious, how many of you all call a butter knife a case knife or have heard it called that?